Hi, everybody, and welcome once again to Ivy English. I'm Karen.
And I'm Wesley.
Today is March 12th, and we're on page 33 in your magazines. Today we have an article about something that's delicious to eat and that's good for you. But why it's good for us is now changing. We had ideas before, but now that's changing. But it offers something new that's very interesting. So we're going to find out what that food is very soon.
好，那今天我们要谈的是一种食物啊，这个食物很好吃，而且对我们很好啊。但是他们究竟是怎么样对我们好？这个其实最近有一些新的发现啊。那我们今天就来谈一谈这个食物。
Our title is Spinach, the Hype and New Research.
好，所以我们要讲的就是 spinach， 就是菠菜。那 the hype 就是夸大其词啊，就因为以前的人以前我们一直以为这个菠菜它的营养成分，它的含铁量很高啊，等等的。
Because of Popeye, probably, and because of certain research that wasn't checked.
Yeah, 那可能是因为这个大力水手的关系，因为他每次，我想这个现在也许你没有看过，不过那个网络上一定找得到。
Yeah.
那这个我们小时候看的卡通就是大力水手啊，他这个常常被坏人欺负之后呢，他就吃一罐的这个菠菜，然后他就变成力大无穷啊。那所以大家都从这个广告，从这个卡通里面得到这个想法，得到这个印象，说菠菜含有很多的铁，它对你很好。那其实这个我们等一下文章里面就会讲到，这大力水手其实也是一开始人家觉得菠菜很好，所以会画出大力水手，然后这样两个互相的这个支持哈，这个让大家觉得说，这个菠菜很好。好，所以我们这个题目讲的 hype， 然后后面第二部分是 new research， 就是我们要谈的是一些关于菠菜的新研究，告诉我们菠菜它的营养价值到底在哪里。
We had an article in freshman English that was about healthy vegetables and things like that. And I had to explain to my students that many Western kids, especially American kids, grow up thinking that vegetables taste terrible and it's punishment to eat vegetables. So we have a common phrase that's eat your vegetables. If you don't eat your vegetables, you don't get dessert. So your dessert is your reward, which is terrible training because you should not be eating sugar. We shouldn't have dessert at all. Fruit at the end of a meal is fine, but sugared desserts are terrible for you. But it's like you have to punish yourself by eating vegetables to get the reward, which is a sugared dessert. This is the kind of upbringing I had. Now, I'm not criticizing my mother. She just did this. She cooked the same way everybody else did at that time. But this is terrible thinking. And another thing that's really interesting is they had videos of very, very young toddlers of different cultures. And the white children and the brown children and the black children, they didn't like broccoli. They would turn their nose up when an adult would feed them broccoli. But there was an East Asian child, a little girl. She was clearly East Asian. She loved the broccoli and she wanted some more.So something is happening very, very, very early. She was probably only about a year old, if that much. There was already a big difference. The Western kids, including the black kids, they just rejected the broccoli. But the East Asian girl loved it.
Broccoli 就是花椰菜。
青花菜。
青花菜 yeah, 叫青花菜。
Yeah.
Yeah. 好，所以这个地方我们刚刚 Karen 老师讲到这个文化的问题。
Right.
在美国他们的文化感觉起来好像让小孩子都觉得说吃蔬菜是很恶心的事情，蔬菜不好吃。所以他们会讲这个eat your vegetables， 你给我吃蔬菜，好像是这很恐怖的刑罚，好像是个惩罚一样。然后吃了蔬菜之后，你才能吃甜点，好像甜点是个很棒的这个奖赏。那其实完全错掉，甜点对我们的身体是不好的，但是蔬菜对我们身体是好的。那另外就因为这种文化呢，所以Karen 老师他看过一个影片，里面有很小的小孩子这个toddlers 就是还不太会走路的那个 babies 那这个在西方长大的，包括这个黑人，包括这个白种人，他们听到这个青花菜都觉得好恶心，不要吃。
东方人也是在美国长大的。
东方还有在东方人在美国长大也是不要吃，所以那是文化的问题。可是他们有一个亚洲的小女孩，她看到青花菜好吃，这个好，
她还要。That's amazing because they were saying that broccoli actually is something you have to learn to like. You see, these little children don't like broccoli. No, I noticed that the East Asian child did like broccoli.
Yeah, 所以这个青花菜有人讲你要去学着才会喜欢它吃它那这个结果西方的小孩子果然他们就不吃，但东方那个小孩他就吃了。其实青花菜对我们身体非常好，因为那好像是属于什么，他们叫十字花科的样子。那个对身体
Yes, 十字花科 that's right. It's
对身体非常好。
Crucifers because they taste like sulfur, 有一点硫磺的味道。
所以
就像所有的白菜、高丽菜都有。That's right, but I like that taste.
Yeah.
You have to cook it, though. If you cook it, usually, it's fine. But I want to mention something quickly that's important. Why do we not like vegetables? Because starting from me, it was after World War II. I grew up quite a while after World War II, but my mother lived through the war. And what did the war do for our eating habits? It gave us canned food. We didn't have canned food so much before. We had it, but it was not common. Canned food was developed for soldiers in the field. And they already had manufacturing facilities for canned food, so they thought, let's popularize it. Let everybody eat canned food. So from the time I was a kid, I grew up on canned vegetables. And Wesley is looking at me. Is that true? He's looking at me. Really?
Yeah.
I know. Now you know why we hate vegetables. We grew up on canned food. It's disgusting.
那 Karen 老师说，这个美国之所以会这个大家有这种对讨厌蔬菜的文化，可能是因为二次大战之后，那个时候二次大战期间呢，这个罐头食物非常的发达，因为要补给啊，前线的军人最方便就是给他们几个罐头，随时有时间吃打开来吃。那后来战争结束了，可是生产这些罐头的设备还有那个大量生产的那个厂房都在，所以就有人想说啊，那我们就鼓励老百姓啊，让他们多吃这个罐头食物。但是罐头食物里面包括了罐头装的这种蔬菜，那罐头装的蔬菜，因为那个蔬菜已经不新鲜了，黄掉了，然后就不好吃，所以大家吃罐头蔬菜就有那种感觉啊，这好难吃，就产生这个印象。
So there is a reason for it, and the reason, you think that war is over, we haven't had war in a long time? We are still living with the effects of war. It's because of war that we had to eat that crappy canned food.
Yeah, 好，所以这个战争的影响非常的大哈。你看二次大战结束那么久了，可是它的影响还在哈。大家现在还是在吃这个罐头食物。Yeah.
We had plenty of fresh vegetables available, but it was already a cultural habit to use cans. Later on, my mother improved. She used frozen vegetables, which were better, but they were still kind of rubbery.
Yeah, 那后来呢，有所谓的冷冻蔬菜出现哈，但冷冻蔬菜还是没有那么好吃，
没那么脆，
没有那么脆哈，所以这个新鲜的蔬菜还是最好吃的。
Okay, so I want to give you that background. This is cultural background. Don't think we're just wasting time. This will help you understand the West a lot better, especially America. And here's our article, Spinach, the Hype and New Research. If someone has ever advised you to eat spinach to boost your iron intake, they're probably basing their advice on the same flawed study that prompted cartoon character Popeye to gobble up the green vegetable. You have to go back to the 19th century to get to the bottom of this. In 1870, German chemist Erich von Wolff figured out the amount of iron in spinach. However, while recording his finding, he misplaced the decimal point. Rather than writing that spinach had 3.5 milligrams of iron per 100 gram serving, which is the accurate measurement, he wrote that it had 35 milligrams. Author and scientist Samuel Arbesman has noted that this would be like eating a small piece of a paperclip. Surprisingly, no one noticed this mistake for 70 years, by which point the public viewed spinach as an iron superfood. This concept was used in the creation of the cartoon character Popeye the Sailor, who would develop superhero strength whenever he ate a can of spinach. Today, decades after the correction, many still believe spinach to be far richer in iron than it really is. While the public have been slowly digesting spinach's less than stellar iron status, scientists have continued studying the leafy green and have come up with a new health claim. According to researchers from Freie Universität Berlin, spinach contains the hormone ecdysterone, which may be similar to steroids. In studying the effects ecdysterone had on athletes, the scientists found that those taking pills with the hormone had higher increases in muscle mass and better performance in weightlifting. While the hormone present in spinach isn't currently a banned substance for athletes, the news of it does seem to be bringing us back to the age-old question, is spinach an ordinary vegetable or a strength-giving food? Now, this is really interesting. We can talk about it as we go along, but let's first understand the article. So, spinach, the hype, and new research. So, maybe it was exaggerated how much iron spinach had before, but now there's new research saying that there's something else in spinach that makes us stronger. Okay? First sentence, if someone has ever advised you to eat spinach to boost your iron intake, they're probably basing their advice on the same flawed study that prompted cartoon character Popeye to gobble up the green vegetable. This is a very solid sentence. It's very dense, but there's a lot of good things in it. So, Wesley?
Sure.
Can you help us?
Sure. 这个地方呢，他说if someone 如果有人 has ever 曾经 advised you to 就是这个劝你去干嘛，所以 you can advise someone to do something. 那如果有人曾经劝你要 eat spinach， 就是要吃这个菠菜，来 boost 是提升increase 或者 raise 提升你的 iron intake 就是铁的摄取量 intake 就是 the quantity taken in 好，所以换句话说，如果有人要你多吃菠菜来提升你铁的摄取量的话， they're probably basing their advice on 什么什么，他们可能就是把他们的这个 advice 可能是以什么为基础，叫做 basing their advice on， 所以他们很可能是以什么为基础呢
？Just one thing is advice, remember, is uncountable. Do not say advices. 没有这个说法。Advice. I'd like to give you some advice, a piece of advice. Here's some advice. Don't add an S.
要注意 advice 当名词的时候不可以数不要加 S。你可以说 a piece of advice, some advice 那这个都可以，但是不要数，不要加 S。所以他们可能把他们的这个忠告，他们的劝告，他们以什么为基础呢？建议或者建议，他们的建议呢是以什么为基础呢？The same flawed study 是同样的一个 flawed 就是有缺陷的有瑕疵的一个 study 一个研究。那这个研究呢，为什么是 the same？ 也就是同样一个研究，它 prompted 就是促成的意思它促成了这个 cartoon character 这一个卡通角色 Popeye 就是大力水手就是同样的这一个有瑕疵的研究，让这个卡通角色大力水手他 gobble up 就是这个大量的这个 devour 就是而且是 greedily 这个
狼吞虎
咽的吃下the green vegetable 在这里指的就是 spinach 就是这个菠菜。
That's right. And because we've already mentioned spinach, green vegetable here refers to spinach, so it is actually a pronoun. It's not really a noun here. To gobble up the green vegetable. We won't stress it. We're just using that to refer to spinach. You have to go back to the 19th century to get to the bottom of this.
好，那 to get to the bottom of something 就是这个 to find the truth for 或者是 find out the true reason 或者 the fact 等等的。
追根究底。
就是追根究底的意思所以我们也许要回到19世纪才能够追根究底看看这到底是什么原因。
In 1870, German chemist Erich von Wolf figured out the amount of iron in spinach. Now, the first time I read it, I said Erich von Wolf. That's American, an American pronunciation. In German, it would be Erich von Wolf.
好，那 Karen 老师念完就好了，我就不要念了。
That's all right.
好，所以呢，这个在1870年呢，有一个德国的化学家，他 figured out， 就他算出来，他想出来，他这个弄清楚了 the amount of iron in spinach， 他弄清楚了，他算出来了这个菠菜里面的铁的含量。
However, while recording his finding, he misplaced the decimal point. That's really serious.
Yeah, 但是呢，当 recording 记录他的 finding 在这里就是指他的这个成果，他研究的成果 the results of an investigation。 通常 finding 这个意义之下通常是复数的，但在这里他指的特别就是这一件事情，这个量，这个他所发现的这个结果那他 misplaced 就是放错地方的to put into a wrong place 放错什么东西呢？放错小数点the decimal point 就是小数点。
Rather than writing that spinach had 3.5 milligrams of iron per 100 grams serving, which is the accurate measurement, he wrote that it had 35 milligrams.
那 rather than 他没有写下说这个 spinach 它有这个每100克里面有 3.5 毫克的铁含量。那每100克各位看到它是讲 per 100 gram serving 在这里就是一份的意思，所以一份含100公克的这个菠菜呢，它有 3.5 毫克的这个铁。好，那 which is the accurate measurement， 那就指这个 3.5 毫克是正确的 accurate 啊，那 measurement 就是测量值啊，他没有写3.5毫克，反而把它写成这个含有35毫克，这一差就差了10倍。
Author and scientist Samuel Arbesman has noted that this would be like eating a small piece of a paperclip.
哈哈，那有一个作者也是个科学家，他说呢 ，noted 就是他写下来，他注意到他说这个就好像是吃下了 a small piece 小小的一块什么东西呢？回纹针啊，因为回纹针当然就含铁量很高，所以如果要吃这个含铁量这么高的话，就好像你吃回纹针一样。
A small piece of one, 一小段。
一小段回纹针 ，yeah.
Right, except I don't think we could digest it.
不过各位千万不要真的去吃啊，因为你没有办法直接这样消化回纹针。
Yeah, it may scratch your insides.
Yeah, 这个可能很严重，可能你的食道、你的胃都会受伤。
被刮到。
Yeah.
Surprisingly, no one noticed this mistake for 70 years, by which point the public viewed spinach as an iron superfood.Surprisingly,
就让我们很惊讶的是，没有人 noticed 注意到这个错误啊，而且有70年的时间没有人注意到啊。By which point 就到他们注意到的时候呢，这个 the public 大众已经 viewed spinach as 就是把蔬菜看成一个铁的超级食物，含铁的超级食物。
This concept was used in the creation of the cartoon character Popeye the Sailor.Who would develop superhero strength whenever he ate a can of spinach. Now, why did it have to be a can? I guess it was easy to carry around. But if he had eaten fresh spinach, I bet a lot of children would have been persuaded to eat more spinach. That can, I have an experience with canned spinach. We didn't eat it at home when I was little, but I went to a friend's grandma's house, and she served canned spinach, and I looked at it, and it was all brown and real soggy.Soggy 就是软软的
水水的软软的 yeah.
So I looked at it and I said, I'm not going to eat it. And my friend was showing off. She says, oh, I love spinach. And she ate lots of spinach. Well, we slept in the same bed that night. And she had to get up 3 or 4 times to go to the bathroom to throw up. And I had to get up because I was on the outside edge of the bed. Oh, Karen, I have to go to the bathroom. So every time I think of that canned spinach,I am sure it was the spinach. They didn't believe me. I mean, they said, well, maybe she had caught a cold. I got, no, it was that disgusting spinach. She threw up about 4 times during the night.
所以这个 Karen 老师他真的这个碰到过这种罐装的菠菜，就像 Popeye 那样，所以我觉得是罐头食品嘛，因为所以 Popeye 要吃罐头食品。但那个东西Karen 老师他说他不吃，但是他的朋友吃了。结果晚上呢，这个起来上厕所4次啊，不上厕就是去厕所，你会去吐，把它吐出来啊。那个不但难吃，而且可能也许有什么问题什么的。Yeah.
In theory, it should have been safe, but I was convinced it was the spinach, and I was so glad I hadn't eaten it.
Yeah. 好，所以真的这个罐装的，难怪大家都不喜欢吃蔬菜。
Yes.
Yeah. 好，所以这个地方讲 this concept 这个想法 was used 被用的。In the creation of 用在哪里呢？用在创造这个卡通角色，就是 Popeye the Sailor 啊，那大力水手。那大力水手 who 就是大力水手，他会 develop， 他会 acquire 啊，他会获得这个 superhero strength， 他会获得超人的力量。Whenever 任何时候，他只要吃了一罐的这个菠菜，他就有超人的力量。
Today, decades after the correction,Many still believe spinach to be far richer in iron than it really is.
今天，即使是这个大家改正之后了，已经过了数十年了，但是 many people 很多人仍然相信spinach to be believe something to be 什么什么，就相信这个东西是怎样怎样，所以他们相信，很多人仍然相信菠菜是 far richer， 不但是比较这个 in iron， 它们的含铁量不但是比较丰富，而且是非常比较丰富，就是它丰富得多，叫 far richer。比什么呢 ？Than it really is， 比它真实的状况还要多。所以换句话说，它本来含铁量只有 3.5 嘛，那大家都认为说，它这个可能是10倍、数十倍，觉得哇，这个含铁量很多。其实它含铁量没有那么多。
Right, and you'll notice that Wesley said iron, I-R-O-N. Don't say iron, that's wrong. We say iron. And for the word strength, put a K in there, and it will be correct. Strength. Mm-hmm. There's actually a K in there. Strength. Mm-hmm.Last paragraph, while the public have been slowly digesting spinach's less than stellar iron status, scientists have continued studying the leafy green and have come up with a new health claim.
好，当 the public 就大众 慢慢的 slowly digesting 啊，慢慢的在消化这个菠菜它的 less than stellar 就是 star 的形容词，所以 less than stellar 就是没有那么明星级的啊，没有那么明星级的这个含铁的地位啊，所以因为之前大家就哇，这个讲到菠菜就好像含铁的蔬菜明星一样，但现在大家慢慢在消化这件事实就知道说它没有真的那么棒。
So that's a cute pun. You can do it in Chinese too. 你刚讲完的话，我需要一点时间来消化。That's how they are using it in English.
Yeah, 所以这个有点一字双关哈，所以它消化这个事实，就是它含铁量没那么高，那同时你吃下菠菜也是要消化的。那一方面是这样子啊，虽然是这样，但是呢，这个科学家 have continued studying， 他们仍然持续的在研究 the leafy green 啊，在这里指的当然就是这个有叶的蔬菜，就是指这个菠菜啦啊，他们仍然持续在研究菠菜 and have come up with， 他们找到了 a new health claim， 找到了一个新的健康方面的一个 claim， 就是一个宣称啊。所谓为什么用 claim？ 因为可能这还没有完全证实啊，所以他说是个 claim。
Okay. According to researchers from Freie Universität Berlin, spinach contains the hormone ecdysterone, which may be similar to steroids.
那根据德国这个柏林的这个研究，那菠菜呢？菠菜它怎么样 ？contains 包含了一种 hormone， 就是激素或者是荷尔蒙，它的名字叫做ecdysterone 啊。那这个中文叫做什么？蜕皮枝酮或者甾酮，那个字可以念甾也可以念枝啊。那我这个听到新闻他们是念成蜕皮甾酮，所以这是个化学的物质。然后这个东西 which may be similar to， 它很可能是类似于 steroid， 就是这个类固醇。
In studying the effects ecdysterone had on athletes, the scientists found that those taking pills with the hormone had higher increases in muscle mass and better performance in weightlifting.
好，那在研究 the effects 就是效果，什么东西的效果呢？这个 ecdysterone had 这个东西蜕皮甾酮有的效果，在什么东西的效果上呢 ？on 在这个 athletes 在运动员身上的效果啊，他们研究这个蜕皮甾酮在运动员身上的效果的时候呢，啊，这个科学家们发现到 those 就是 those people 那些运动员，他有怎么样 taking pills with the hormone， 他有吃这个药丸，而且这药丸是 with 这药丸是含有这种荷尔蒙的药丸的这些运动员呢 had 他们有两件事情，第一件事情 higher increases in muscle mass， 他们在这个肌肉量 muscle mass 就是肌肉量上面他们有比较高的增长量，所以他们肌肉会比较发达的意思。那有第二件事情是什么呢？是 better performance， 他们有比较好的表现，在 weightlifting 在举重上面有比较好的表现，换句话说他们力气比较大。
While the hormone present in spinach isn't currently a banned substance for athletes, the news of it does seem to be bringing us back to the age-old question, is spinach an ordinary vegetable or a strength-giving food?
好，虽然这个荷尔蒙present 就存在 existing， 虽然菠菜里面所存在的荷尔蒙isn't 并不是 currently 就是目前还不是 a banned substance， 还不是一个被禁用的物质啊，也其实对于运动员来讲就是禁药了，这不算是禁药的物质。但是呢 the news of it 就这个东西的新闻似乎真的是正在 bringing us back， 正在把我们带回一个 age-old question， 一个很古老的问题。这古老的问题就是菠菜是不是一个 ordinary vegetable， 它是一个普通的蔬菜，还是一个 strength-giving food， 还是一个给你力量的食物。
You can decide for yourself or do a little more research yourself online. We have 4 quick questions. 1, who was Popeye the Sailor?
谁是大力水手普派？
The answer is D, a fictional character from a cartoon.
这是卡通里面的虚构人物。
Number 2, what does get to the bottom of this in the first paragraph refer to?
第一段的 get to the bottom of this 指的是什么？
The answer is A, discover why people incorrectly think spinach has more iron than it actually does.
答案是 A， 探索为什么人们错误地认为菠菜的含铁量比实际上高。
Okay, number 3, what is an effect scientists are now suggesting spinach has?
现在科学家他们认为 菠菜还拥有什么功效呢？
The answer is B. It can build up a person's muscles.
答案是 B， 它可以增强人的肌肉。
So Popeye was right. But it wasn't because of the iron, it was because of the ecdysterone.
Yeah， 所以这个大力水手没有错哈，但是让他强壮不是因为那个铁，而是因为这个蜕皮甾酮。
4. So you should still eat your spinach. 4. What is the author's attitude towards spinach?
那作者对于菠菜态度怎么样呢？
The answer they give is B, neutral. But I wouldn't personally say it's completely neutral. But the answer is B, neutral.
好，那答案是 B， 中立的哈。那个相对来讲比较中立啊，但是其实他这个作者还是有他的立场的。
That's what I think. Okay, so eat your spinach.